Okay, welcome boys in your science class. In today's science class, we are going to complete our lesson 2 from the Science Learner's book. The name of the lesson is Plants in a Different Environment, right? So we are going to learn that places where plants live as habitat and different plants in a habitat. This is what we have covered in our previous lesson. So today what we are going to do, we are going to continue with the lesson, and we are going to start with the topic that is environment where plants do not grow. So in the earth, there are different places. Some of the places are not good habitat for the plants. So what are those places? Different plants like different habitats. So some of the plants, they grow in some environment, and others plants do not grow there because these environment are harmful for them. This means that in the most part of the plant, we find plants growing. This picture shows places where plants do not grow well. Why are there no plants in these environment? Because in desert it is very hot, and in the polar region it is very cold. So plants cannot grow in these areas very well. They need a moderate temperature with proper sunlight and proper water and soil to grow. So here it is very hot, and in the other it is very cold. So plants cannot grow in the ice place and where there is severe hot or dry place. Plants need water to survive. So in this lesson we are going to focus on this. Why there are no plants in these environments? I have told you that plants need proper sunlight, moderate temperature. In severe atmosphere, plants does not like the environment. Think of another environment where plants cannot grow. Any place where there is no when there is no moderate sunlight or there is no moderate water, plants are not going to grow well. Find me a habitat. You are one of the 3 plants in this activity. Read the information, then make a poster to say, can you find me a habitat like this? Rice needs a habitat which is warm with lots of light and water. Rice grows in a very wet soil. You can see the example of rice. Rice needs lots of water and warm temperature. If the water is not proper, rice are not going to grow well. Pond weeds need a habitat underwater in a pond, lake, or a river. It needs light. It must not get very cold. So here we are discussing about different plants and their different habitats. First of all, we have talked about the rice. Rice need warm weather and a proper lots of wet soil, whereas pondweed needs a habitat underwater. It grows underwater, but it needs little amount of sunlight also. But if the temperature gets very cold, pondweed is not going to survive. Then we are going to talk about cactus needs a habitat which is very hot. It needs light. It needs very little water. I told you people, some of the plants, they don't need plenty of water, but some of the plants, they need plenty of water. Cactus need a very little amount of water. Your poster might look like this. I am a dash. I am hot, warm, or cold. I need light. I need water. Habitat will look like this. So we are going to do this activity, taking a plant and describing about its needs. Where do they grow well? We have discussed in our previous class that we have 6 habitats for the plants. Different habitats: desert, domestic, farm, forest, polar, UK wild, and tropical rainforest, savanna, oceans. Here the plants are growing differently. So, and we have discussed about some of the questions. Some of the questions were, why does plants needs to grow? All plants need water and sunlight. Where do plants grow? Plants grow in a stream and a river. Then we have discussed, how can these plants live with very little water? Some plants store water for later use. That is how they are going to grow. So here is the picture, shows places where plants do not grow, where there is severe hot or warm weather, not warm, severe hot, very, very hot. Plants are gonna die or they are going to wilt. And even when there is very, very cold, there is ice on the land, plants cannot survive such a cold weather. So plants like warm temperature, moderate temperature, water, and a proper sunlight to grow. So that's all for today's lecture. I hope you people have enjoyed it. Take care and have a nice day.